WNBA star Brittney Griner back on American soil, but her freedom coming with a big cost. The Pentagon fears that the merchant of death Biden traded for her safe return may resume arms trafficking to some of the world's most notorious terror groups. Victor Boot supplied arms to groups like al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and rebels in Rwanda. The cover of today's New York Post sums it up pretty well with a deal with the devil. He was so bad that DEA agents who busted him once said this.
Victor Boot, in my eyes, is one of the most dangerous men on the face of the earth.
On the face of the earth?
Without a doubt.
What makes him a threat to the United States?
He is a shadow facilitator. He's arming not only designated terrorist groups, insurgent groups, but he's also arming very powerful drug trafficking cartels around the globe.
The Democrats don't seem too worried.
Well, he has served most of his term, is my understanding, majority of his term.
Look, nobody's doing backflips over here, Dana, that he's a free man again. He would have been free in 2029. It was not like he was serving a life sentence.
Oh, my God.
Greg?
GSHB. That's all you have to say before you say something else. Glad she's home, but... Glad she's home, but the deal sucks and makes us look like suckers. GSHB, that's all you can say. Bottom line, a good leader could have solved this if our leadership wasn't blinded by the identity variables, right? They looked at the box of identity markers for one person, and they looked at the one for the other, and they made a choice. They claim they didn't make a choice, but there is some kind of evidence that they had made a choice. Now they're denying it. So what you had was an intersectional icon trumping a Marine. Now, a strong leader, and I'm going to go ahead and say Trump would have gotten both, or he would have said, screw you all. Or he would have nabbed a Russian abroad and called him a spy and said, okay, now we have 2 for 2, something like that. As for Boot, what if he's instrumental in killing more Americans? Or, I don't know, more Ukrainians? Or people in general? The trade, as bad as it is, will only get worse. But this isn't, you know, it's a good lesson. If you're up for a job or if you're taken hostage, hope that you're non-binary and hope that you're not just a white male who's a Marine.
Judge, if Biden has any guts at all, Victor Boot, this is what drones are for.
Mm-hmm. Well, it'll be interesting to see that. I doubt that he's going to do that kind of thing. But here, this is what one of the things that I keep going back to, and I said it yesterday. There is a reason Russia wanted this now. Russia is in the middle of a war with the Ukraine. They need Victor Boot. Russia is faltering. This war is taking far too long. We had the leverage. Russia wanted him out. They need his help. And we could have said no. And you know what? For Nancy Pelosi to say, oh, we would have been out soon. 5 years without this merchant of death who preys on killing Americans and buying weapons and kills Americans. And even Senator Bob Menendez, a Democrat, who highlighted Griner's domestic violence conviction, I didn't know that until he said it, said that Russia and other regimes take American citizens hostage, cannot pretend that there is an equivalence between Brittney Griner in the world and Victor Boot. Nothing can be further from the truth.
Chris Wecker, Jessica, was on the air when this news broke, the former head of the FBI's criminal division who had worked on this case. And he said, you'd be hard-pressed to find a man with more blood on his hands than Victor Boot. And he said he was an intelligence officer, operative for Putin, and now he resumes that career. That's who's free. And I can tell you that if Brittney Griner had served the amount, Victor Boot looked pretty damn good coming out of prison. Would he have been there 14 years?
Yeah, it's a shame that he's back on the streets, and it's also a good day for America that an American prisoner came home from Russia. And to the point about whether we only care about black basketball-playing lesbians, Joe Biden got Trevor Reed, who's a former Marine, out in April. Brittney Griner was sitting in a Russian prison when that happened, and he got the former Marine out. And Trevor Reed went to Russian prison in 2018 when Donald Trump was president, same time that Paul Whelan went. And Donald Trump couldn't get him out of prison, but Joe Biden did. So if this is all about celebrity and because she's an intersectional icon, I'm not buying it. A Marine came home before Brittney Griner. And I'm not saying that this guy should be on the streets. It's obviously an incredibly difficult idea to wrap your head around, letting someone who has killed so many in her American cause back out there. But Just take them up.
You don't address the trade.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well,
I mean, I'm glad she's home, but you're not addressing the trade.
I just said it's a horrible thing. I also don't know what you would do. I don't know if you leave someone for another 9 years in a penal colony because
You say no.
You read.
well, that's
say
like,
no.
so you
You
think
know what you do? You read The Art of the Deal, Jessica.
Christmas reading.
I got it for you.
Oh,
And also on tape.
Is that
so you
Secret
can,
Santa? So I get to hear it in
Yes,
this-
he
For
reads-
Hanukkah.
He reads it himself.
9 copies.
Well, there's somewhere in between let her rot in Moscow and give up the Merchant of Death. I think we can agree on that. There's somewhere in between there. Now, Ukraine has to be thinking, wait a second, Joe, seriously going to let the Merchant of Death out while we're at war with these guys? Not helpful. And I'm wondering how Griner's feeling walking around the United States right now.
happy.
Is her head held high or is her head held low, knowing that her and her agent are responsible for springing the Merchant of Death out there in the world? And Biden said he did this because he was under a tremendous amount of pressure from black women. Really? A tremendous amount of pressure from black women? And he acts like this? He's not under any pressure over the border. He's not under any pressure for inflation. He's not under any pressure for anything else in this ridiculous administration. But he's under pressure for black women, and he springs this celebrity out like that?
Like that 294 days is a
And the
snap.
Merchant of Death? I mean, I don't know. I mean, this guy...
You would have left her?
Not saying I would have left her,
Then
but...
what are you saying,
I'm
Jesse?
saying this. If you have all these sanctions on this country, and if you have all these weapons that are pouring in, killing these Russians, and we have all this oil under the ground here, there's not something we could have done better to get a better deal? There's not something... Hey, Vlad, your little oligarch's yacht that we just stole, we'll give the yacht back. How about we get Whalen and the bullet?
I don't think that Vladimir
All right,
Putin-
throw in another yacht.
We
gotta go.
Throw in another yacht.
We just have to go.
Now. You need them now because you need them in the war.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.